President Biden said he did create a commission to explore reforms to the Supreme Court. This is about court packing, adding more people to the court, adding more progressive justices to the court to dilute the Trump vote, the Trump justices on the Supreme Court. Now, former President Trump came out and said, now there's a very good chance they'll be diluted and moved throughout the court system so they can see how the lower courts work. With many new justices added to the court, far more than has been reported. There's also a good chance that they'll be term limited. Our politically correct Supreme Court will get what they deserve, an unconstitutionally elected group of radical left Democrats who are destroying our country. Now, it's not just the former president, it's also Justice Breyer, who is on a progressive worldview. He's on the court, and he gave a speech the other day at Harvard Law School and to alumni, and he said that people need to think long and hard before you pack the court. He said, if the public sees judges as politicians in robes, its confidence in the courts and the rule of law itself can only diminish. Here we are. Judge Paula Patrick is running for state Supreme Court in Pennsylvania. We need to support her and make sure she gets on that state Supreme Court in Pennsylvania. Judge, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back. Good to see you.
Thanks for being here. So, pack the court. What's the biggest problem with it in your eyes?
Well, number one, I think the biggest problem is the president is out of line to begin to try to formulate this commission to, quote, investigate if this is going to work, because it's totally within the authority of our Congress to adjust our courts in any way. And even then, according to our Constitution, it must be necessary and proper. And so I think they're going to have difficulty in justifying that under the Constitution. We know the political motive in doing it, but realistically, according to the Constitution, this must be necessary and proper move. And I don't think they can sustain that at all and simply wanting to add more justice to the court. There's nothing here that warrants it right now in our society.
Yeah, so you alluded that it's up to Congress, and it's been all over the map in history, right? I think it started off at 6 maybe, and it's been up to 12, and it's been 8, and it's been all these different numbers. So why 9? Can't some Democrats come back and justify, oh, no, maybe we need 12 is a better number?
Well, they certainly could come back and try to justify it. But once again, in looking at the power of Congress, only the Congress has that power and authority, not the president, to expand the courts. And that power, once again, it must rest in our Constitution, where they have to prove it's necessary and proper to show that 12 justices would be better for the court than 9 and actually give reasoning for it. Your reasoning can't be because we have more of one party than the other party. I think the danger goes also back into what Justice Breyer said as well, is that when we begin to do things like this, is highly politicizing the court and highly politicizing our benches. And then people will certainly begin to lose faith in our judiciary when they see a judge's Democrat or Republican mark upon them in coming to the court of law. Listen, as judges, we have always been shrouded from that. And that is that even though I don my black robe to take the bench every day, I don't don my robe as a Republican. Even though that's the party that I identify with, I don my robe as a jurist. And so when I go out there to render justice, I must do it by looking at the facts, the evidence, and applying the rule of law to that. And if we begin to get away from that and politicizing our courts, then of course we are in much more trouble in this nation than we can even bargain for.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.